Hi everyone, my name is Deena Hamza, and I'm an implementation scientist and health professions education scientist and research and evaluation lead for postgraduate medical education at the University of Alberta. My Grand Rounds presentation is about when we innovate or we create something in health professions and education, how does that innovation stick over the long term? My presentation discusses the differences between, as I've conceptualized it, sustainability and longevity, how we evaluate innovations currently, and although we have made much improvement in the way that we evaluate innovation, there's still much work to be done. In this presentation, I also talk about the black box of implementation strategies and how our implementation strategies predominantly focus on the people doing the work. And I use that term explicitly rather than saying implementers to really drive the point home that there are people, when we innovate, that actually have to do the work of the innovation. So those new practices and activities. If I were to say 3 take-home points from my presentation, I would say the very first is that we need to acknowledge that there's an ecology of change that happens when we implement an innovation in a context. The second take-home point is what that ecology of change entails. Well, it's an interaction between the innovation, the people doing the work, and the system, and the grand aspirations of the change, or our promises, our promissory discourse around what we think is going to happen and how this innovation is going to change the status quo. The third point is that rather than placing the onus on the people doing the work, which is typical when we innovate, we want to start focusing on equitable responsibility and accountability to this ecology of change. So what is the role of the system and the role of the innovation? Rather than assuming that the people doing the work of the innovation are either going to fit or match or mold to the values of the innovation, rather than the innovation having to evolve or shift over time, or that the system has to create affordances to make this innovation long-lasting. If you want to know more, check out a paper that I wrote with my mentor, Glenn Regehr, called Eco-Normalization, Evaluating the Longevity of an Innovation in Context, published in Academic Medicine.